I want to take this opportunity to share sort of a story, starting out by saying we feel the Spirit of God is here. That's a powerful statement, and when you realize the individual who is speaking that is talking about a commercial business enterprise, it's even more potent in that capacity. This is how one customer describes the business in our next Infinitely Beyond Award winner's operation. Mr. Bob Weaver from Weaver Chevrolet. In 1984, with the help and support of his family, Bob acquired a small Chevrolet dealership in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. And that's the heart of the coal cracker country, if you don't know. He started with 17 employees, and by 2014, he had brought together all the GMC brands, and he had also expanded still further and added Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and he has been blessed in the fact that that business has grown to its now 5 buildings and had quite a campus of activity. As a matter of fact, the campus has been used recently as a meeting place for a new church, and they set up church every Sunday in the drive-in service lane. And that was called a great place to have service. And it's certainly the Lord has had his hand upon that business. Not only has the business grown, but I think the new church had its first service this past Easter Sunday in its new building. So it's a joy to be Bob's chair, because sometimes when I go to do a one-on-one, I can look forward to the opportunity to drive a Dodge Hellcat. How many of you have ever driven a Dodge Hellcat? Man, it's an experience all by itself. But I better get back to the script. Bob has a strong commitment to local and national and international ministry. He has served on various church boards, including the advisory board of the Salvation Army. He supports Dawson McAllister's ministry and Hope International and the Pocket Testament League. As a matter of fact, when the Pocket Testament League came to Bob Weaver and he approached him, he simply took a photo of his pastor's red Camaro convertible and put it on the cover of the Gospel of John. And that little gospel has been handed out to all his customers. When you get a car bought at Bob Weaver Chevrolet, open the dash, in there with all your paperwork, there's going to be a Pocket Testament with a red Camaro convertible on it. But the interesting thing about that red Camaro convertible, it's become the most sought after Pocket Testament in the world, perhaps, because there's nearly 1 million of them right now in China. And now they don't speak Pottsville language in China, but they do have the right cover on them. So we're blessed to have Bob in our organization. He joined Convene about the same time as his beloved father passed away. Convene became a place where Bob has mentored, encouraged, challenged, and held accountable many of us in all our discussions. And he had brought his sage wisdom and experience to our group. Bob began a workplace chaplaincy in his organization. And then there's Bible studies ongoing there. In fact, his wife, Sue, leads Bible studies also for the ladies in the dealership. And so I can tell you he's a blessing to have. He's a blessing to his community. Truly his footprints and his fingerprints for the Lord are all over that Pottsville area and all over the world. So I'm going to ask if you would enjoy joining with me and taking one of the red Camaro covered Pocket Testaments, and the ladies back here have one for all of you, and we'll drop one on each one of you, and make it a commitment to give that to somebody, share the Word of God, and who knows, this may be somebody who comes to know the Lord as a result of that Pocket Testament League document. So we love Bob, and we thank you, Bob, for all you do. You're a blessing.
I'm honored and I'm humbled. I mean, every guy at my table is probably more deserving than I am of this, you know, and that's my table, and there's a lot of tables in this room, so I want to thank you. My wife was unable to make it here, so I brought my son. So everybody say hi to Jacob. I assume you knew about this, Jacob, I guess. Okay. He's a little too big to spank, so I guess I won't be able to spank him. But you know, I'll hit you where it hurts. Your new demo is in 1980 Chevette. Okay, so there you go. There you go. Oh my gosh. I'm the luckiest man in the world. I really am. Ron is my friend, is my chair, is my mentor. Gosh, I'm blessed to know Ron. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, buddy. Yeah. I was at a party at Ron's house, and he had a speaker one time, and I'll never forget this. The guy said, he said, what do you do for a living? And the guy says, I pastor a small barber shop. That's what he said. And that really struck me, and for me anyway, it kind of put the whole thing into perspective of what we do. You know, I mean, we're in the marketplace. I'm awed by the two previous recipients and all the stuff that they do, but every calling and every ministry is a little different. And this is where the Lord's called me, and I'm blessed to be there. So God bless you. Thank you very much. I'm honored.